Moon gang. Hello. What is going on? Good morning, Ape Nation. Another day, another episode of Dumb Money. Hello. Happy Thursday, July 1st. The second fiscal quarter is over. It's in the books. June is in the books. We're now kicking off July. If you're in Canada, happy Canada Day. I believe it's in your Independence Day, U.S. Independence Day coming up very, very soon. This Sunday, do not forget, we're trading today, we're trading tomorrow, but Monday of next week, the market will be closed for the holiday. Monday, July 5th, will be off in observation of July 4th, the holiday. So I just want everyone to know about that. It's going to be an interesting day. I love this. I mean, when you wake up and you see GME in the green currently trading at 214.88, AMC in the green currently trading at 57.12, it's a good day. So here's what we're going to do. All right. We're going to look at some of the Ortex numbers, then we're going to do some of the chart. I tweeted those out, and I've noticed something a little bit weird, I guess, in the community. Let me just maybe go over these numbers. Estimated short interest 18.2 million, shares on loan 95 million, utilization 87%. Remember, the shares on loan dropped because some were returned today, and it looks like some of those that were returned yesterday, there was a net about 5 or 6 million. I had it in the update video. Those were returned yesterday. And if you look at the price action on Monday, 2 days before, it does look like a very small percentage covered, a small percentage, as in 5%. So I in no way think that this is like what's going on. Like it makes sense, because remember, return shares is two different things. It's shares that went out on loan, never shorted, and returned. And it's also shares that went on loan, were shorted, covered, you wait for the 2-day settlement, and then they are returned to the original owner. So this number, as we see this update throughout the day, it's two different things, and we don't necessarily know the proportion, but it makes sense to me that a small percentage were covered on Monday. And why do I think that? Basically because of what we saw on Monday. We saw a push from 54 all the way up to 59. To me, that kind of adds up. I mean, that's kind of nice. If every percentage covering like gets a bump like that, I mean, I'm going to take that, because we still have a lot to go. I'm noticing something going on, that whenever the number goes slightly up on Ortex, the community loves it. And they're like, this is great. We love it. And then if it always goes down, this is fake. They're not reporting. Remember, hedge funds are not reporting these numbers. Prime brokers are reporting these numbers. I think there's confusion about it, but it's a very love-hate thing. But that's not good, because this is a data source. This isn't an opinionated thing. This is what's coming through to Ortex from 85% of the transactional volume. Like, they have an 85% coverage, and then they're just reporting those things. And I'm going to bring Ortex on one of these days to answer all of our questions. But please understand that if a prime broker is false reporting this information, that's huge fines, and we would know about it. Like if they were doing that and then they have these huge fines, that kind of stuff's also reported. But I will bring on the Ortex team to further discuss at what points can we be very confident about the legitimacy, and what happens when things are reported incorrectly or intentionally false, things of that nature, just so you guys have a better understanding of like how much this data truly can be trusted. But right now, it's not good. I don't want to see this mindset of like, if it goes up, yes, we love it, we trust it. And if it goes down, no, that's lying. You can't have it both ways. You either trust it across the board or you don't. And if you think there's a more trustworthy source out there, I'm more than happy to discuss it. My entire goal with this platform is to share accurate information with all of you on a daily basis. I'm in no way beholden to Ortex. If we as a community think there's a better source that gets it out more accurately, more timely, let's talk about it. This concept of just saying, no, it's wrong. Okay, it might be, but you can't just say something's wrong when it's a data source. Like, okay, why do you think it's wrong? You have to have a little bit more of a developed thought past that. But we're going to get to the bottom of it. I just don't want it to be up, you love it, down, you hate it. You can't have it both ways. All right, so that's for AMC. And it was more so in GME, people were starting to get mad that the short interest dropped below 10%. First of all, like, I mean, you guys know I don't pick these numbers, right? It's not like I'm waking up every morning and I'm like, I think GameStop's at short interest, whatever, and I type it in. We're just seeing some of the shares on loan being returned. That doesn't necessarily mean that shorts have covered. All we know are that shares that were borrowed are actually being returned. They might have not been short at all to begin with. So shares on loan, 7.35 million, utilization 20.82%. Obviously, with both of these, we will check them throughout the day. In terms of the chart, you guys know exactly where we're at. We're in this bullish pennant. We're looking for the breakout. Right now, we're up in pre-market. Today's action, it's still right above 59 is when we'll be pushing on the top of the wedge, but we also know there's major resistance between 60 and 62. We're looking for that official breakout and a quick test and rip right through 65, which would then set up 72. And then, of course, we have support at the bottom, which is actually support from, hang on, what was the date right here? We have the date of June 25th. This low of basically 53 is also, so we have technical support, and then we also have the structural support from the bottom of the wedge. So 53 will be a major support for us throughout the day, but hopefully we're not even coming close to getting in the realm of testing that. For GameStop, same story, different day. We have support between 200 to 210. It keeps bouncing off of this region. We want to see it recapture this trend line around 225, and then also a test and breakout of 241, which would then set up the key psychological level of 250. So that's what we'll be watching in terms of like the daily chart. And then we already have this set up for the day, the 5-minute chart. We'll see what kind of charting exercises we really get into throughout the day. We'll check any of the big options coming through on Benzinga. And then from there, all right, I see a couple questions coming in. Oh, okay. So also with the bond thing, I see a couple people talking about this bond. I also see people talking about S3. I don't know where S3 gets their data. I know Bloomberg is old. Bloomberg is always just running on the exchange reported short interest, so it's always old. Like right now, if you check out Bloomberg, it's going to say 16.63, something right around there, and it's going to say that for 2 weeks until there's another update. But Bloomberg's always lagging data, and I believe that's where MarketWatch gets theirs. Fintel, iBorrowDesk, and Stonko Tracker, they all use one prime broker. So they're not even close to the percentage coverage of the transactional volume that Ortex is. They literally use one data source. So that's where those go. I cannot fairly talk about S3 because I don't know where S3 gets their data. And even though those types of questions, I think that's a good setup for the Ortex team. Ask them, okay, like, you get your data from like sources X, Y, and Z. Where do these other ones get their sources from? Maybe they have a little bit more insight to these other players that I don't know off the top of my head right now. Okay, and then also you guys are talking about the S3 filing related to bonds. Remember, they're just trying to get the process started. Did they actually like stop the bonds as of now? Shout out to Mama's Headed to the Moon in the Discord community. She has a really good Twitter thread on it. I recommend checking that out on Twitter. But right now they've kind of started the process. Like it's not like this has officially gone through yet. We're kind of waiting to see like what the SEC says back. To my understanding, it seems as if they just sent like that intro email that they're interested in doing this with the SEC. And it's one of those things that the convertible bonds, those shares, could they theoretically be another short source of like they were shorting these? Yes, it could be. But is it one of those things that how many shares that they represented, were they 100% definitively being shorted? No, we just know theoretically it could happen and it could be another piece to the pie. So I assume it's one of those things that once again, the truth is somewhere in the middle. Do I think that absolutely none of them were shorted? No. Do I think all of them were shorted? No. I think the truth is somewhere in the middle. And the question is like, okay, where in the middle? How were they utilizing it? What is Adam Aron's like ultimate plan with this? I think there's a couple ways to interpret it, but this fact of just assuming now that like, I mean, I've been seeing some assumptions on social media that them doing this for some reason we're going to see like this entire wave of naked shorts covering. In my own due diligence, and that even when I've been reading across it, like it doesn't seem like that's the big assumption. Like I don't know how it necessarily connects to it. It might connect to it, but we have to live in the world of like, okay, what does it definitively say? We could of course have our theories built on top of it, but when looking at the evidence, once again, this is not bearish in any way. It's neutral to bullish, but I don't want these expectations set up because the community, or we see this time and time again, where there's certain things that take on like psychological wildfire within the community, and expectations get really, really built up for a date, an event, a price level. And we can't do that because right now, any of our expectations that have been built up from the start of this year until now, unfortunately, has not played out. So please, please do not have your expectations set up. Do not be taking some sort of crazy bet centered around a particular date or event just because that has not been the pattern thus far. The pattern has really been paying attention to the stock day in and day out, watching the trend of it and seeing what's going on, because there's always fundamental changes. Like, for example, we've been talking about F9. We know Black Widow's coming out. We have to pay attention to what's going on with the shareholder meeting, some of the fundamental moves on Adam Aaron's part, and really, what are the shorts doing? What is the short interest? Is it trending up, down, sideways? How are some of these other bigger players positioning themselves? It's a day-to-day thing, and this concept of setting expectations, I don't think it's healthy for us, because right now, like, those expectations thus far have not played out. Patience, patience, patience. Calm, cool, collected. I get why it's emotional, because it's money. There's a lot of passion, there's a lot of enthusiasm, and there's a lot of money on the line. Do I fault anyone? Myself, I get emotional about this as well. Do I fault anyone? No, but I think we have to keep each other accountable and bring it back down to a reasonable base of, okay, what are the facts of the situation? Calm, cool, collected. That's how you're going to be successful in the stock market. Whether you're talking about stocks, options, crypto, futures, whatever you're trading, it's emotion, and getting emotional is not going to be the best for your career. Like, sometimes, like, we're humans and it gets the best of us. I get that. I don't think there's anything wrong, but just remember, this is a world of like numbers, facts, and data, patience, calm, cool, collected, I think, is the methodology that as a group we should really kind of explore moving forward. And like I've been trying to preach that on this channel. Up days, down days, we want to stay calm, because we're in one of the most complex 5D chess matches with a very formidable opponent. So this concept of like underestimating them, overestimating, no. We want to live on the exact page of reality. I think that's how we're going to be victorious. All right, what are some of these questions? Matt, I tweeted at you, I did a test try and to short 100 shares on AMC. TD said they had 0 shares available and still don't have any shares. So remember, that's TD. Different brokerages have different amounts of shares available. So just because one brokerage doesn't mean that all brokerages don't, because like each brokerage, it's on them. The onus is on them to locate shares that they could short. So TD might not have any, but that doesn't mean iBorrowDesk or Fidelity don't. Huge shout out to Terrence and Philip. Gonna send us to the moon. What's going on? My account transfer from Robinhood to Webull completed this morning, but noticed my average buying costs for stocks are now at market price. Why the loss of profit? Well, Daniel, remember, it's not a loss of profit. Trey's chest hair. Where are you? I'm looking for you to write a comment in chat. Remember, it's not a loss of profit, because like you already bought it. It didn't cost you money. You already bought it. So if you go out and you buy a pair of sneakers for $50, and then for whatever reason someone puts a price tag on it, and they're like, no, you actually paid 100. Well, why do you care? Because you know that you paid 50. There's no impact on your P&L. There's a psychological impact, like it's showing that your cost basis was higher, but in reality there isn't, because you already own that asset. You already bought it. It's not like you repurchased it. So with the transfer window, exactly because of that, it didn't cost you money whatsoever. Like no additional money. Like you're still up because you bought it at whatever price X. But because of the transfer window, you also have the ability to edit it. So like for you, if you want to keep track of your P&L and like where you are or aren't, you would be able to do that. There's like an edit option and you can correct it to whatever your original cost basis was. Matt, hear me out. What if you took all the super chats money and distributed it equally among all your live viewers so we could all make a few cents per day? Come on, man. Ham, I don't know how I'd like functionally pull that off. Guys, if you want to learn about how they are shorting the bonds with Jackson Hunter's new video, Robin, no, I watched it and there were some inaccuracies in that video. Once again, Robin, I think you're in this world of confirmation bias of like you're looking for it. Like I said, is it theoretically, is it possible? But is that, yes, it is. Yes, they could be shorting some shares through that, but is it one of those things that it's definitively proven that that's exactly what's going on? No. Like, and that's why I try to segment this show of like, sometimes I make it very clear, here's my theory of what's happening. And then there's other times of like, this is definitively what something does or doesn't mean. Matt, you're great. Keep on ducking. Don't forget my many magnet power. Also, maybe send Jack to investigate dark pools. He's done in what's done in the shadow. Remember when we were bored with the movement? We are winning. It costs nothing to hodl. It costs a million/billions every day to stay in the game. What are your thoughts about the New York Stock Exchange concerns AMC trading around 60% in dark pools where all the volume in? How fair is that to us? How fair is it? So what it's doing, that was in no reference. The New York Stock Exchange comments were not about dark pools. If you look at it, the president, she said nothing about dark pools because she was referring to retail wholesalers. She was basically taking a public stab at non-ATSs. Remember, ATS, alternative trading system, that's another fancy way to say dark pool. She was talking about non-ATSs, non-alternative trading systems, which is another trading venue that's outside of a normal market, such as Citadel Securities. Those comments were not about dark pools. They were about Citadel Securities successfully segmenting the entire retail trading like group. And how do I think about it? I mean, I think she's right. Like that's not good to segment all retail traders because it's damaging to the market at large because what you have left over is a very, very highly competitive landscape that widens the bid-ask spread. And that's a big deal because that's where pension funds are trading. That's where retirement accounts are trading. That's where a lot of ETFs are trading. So them blocking off the entire retail segment and also just on a general sense, engaging in payment for order flow, I don't think that's healthy for our market at all. And they make a lot of money doing it, like a lot of money doing it. AMC to the moon. Hey, if you're looking at other stocks at some point today, can you check out ASTR after the merger? HOL. Thanks, you rock. All right, I will write that down on the list. ASTR. 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 Got it. Eric. I love you keeping it real. You're all facts, brother. Seen so much DD in the last couple months and none of it really pans out. We need to do what we need to eat bananas and hodl. Keep it real, Matty Ice. Love it. Eric, hey, I appreciate that. I mean, it's getting this movement and this channel and I guess this brand, the Moon Gang brand, it's getting to the point where I feel like a special duty that I can't, like, I owe it to all of you to present things that are verifiable. Like, I can't just sit around and like pump you up because I know a lot of you are betting serious money. So I'm not just going to sit here and tell you that everything's like peachy and rosy and it's great when sometimes that's not what the information means. When something's amazing and the short interest is going up and we see a bullish pennant and we're breaking out, I'm going to show that to you. I'm not going to hide to you, but I'm also not just going to like go with the flow of what we're seeing on social media when people are spreading inaccurate information. I will battle confirmation bias as much as I'm going to battle FUD on the other side. And like, yeah, is it going to make some of you angry because I'm not just saying like, oh, everything's perfect all the time? Yeah, it's going to make some of you mad, but also I don't know, like if you fall in that particular camp of when you want me to say everything is 100% golden all of the time, like, I don't know. Like, I think you're just going to be here for this and you're not really part of the Moon Gang or the True Ape Nation, because to me, the True Moon Gang and the True Ape Nation is trying to uncover fact and truth. And we're trying to really figure out what's going on. We're not trying to live in a fictitious world. Like, we understand that like this is a high risk reward play. There is inherent risk to it. And for me, I don't think I could live with myself or go to bed at night thinking that I'm saying something I don't truly believe. Like, I'm not just going to go with the flow about things. Like, I'm going to tell you what I truly think is going on in a situation. I'm not just going to sit here and tell you what you want to hear. And is it going to make some of you mad? Yeah, but that's I don't know. If I know something's not that and I'm just saying it to get likes and views and get everyone jacked up, like I couldn't live with myself. Original December 2018 filing states convertible notes were issued to Silver Lake LLC. They are big fans of PIPE investments, which can lead. I don't know what that spiral is, Megan, but I know that Silver Lake was a big investor in and supporter overall of AMC. They don't care about the health of the market. That's why they crashed it in 2008. Yeah, I mean, I think that the Wall Street, like, they don't really care. Like, they're doing what they can to optimize their profits, even if it's detrimental to the overall system. They don't care. Their goal is to make their company and themselves money. That's what they are. That's what a lot of, like, that's the goal of Wall Street. How quickly and how much money can you acquire? Have a great 3-day holiday, Matt, and Mod Squad. A good time to just chill. Ape Nation. What's the deal with Robinhood not filling market buys? AMC was going up at a time, ordered for 1K, partial fill, another 500, wouldn't complete at all. Jason, I haven't heard of that. Could you send me, I mean, a bit more information, because that sounds like not healthy, not good. Jonathan Harris, thank you for becoming an astronaut. Boomer Sooner. Can you please take a look at Neo? It's been a long-term while looking to break out of the daily pennant. Elijah, I'm writing that down. Neo has been doing super, super well lately, so we'll definitely check that out. Did you see the Melissa Lee with the Virtu Financial? Jake, no, but I'll track that down and we could watch it. Melissa Lee with Virtu. So Virtu, for those of you who don't know, is basically the other big market maker. So we have Citadel Securities and Virtu. The environment is essentially a duopoly between those two, and they kind of decide all major market making decisions. Like, it's up to them, and I don't know if it's that healthy when it's like a duopoly of these guys making millions and millions a year, and they're like, okay, like, I feel like it's just like that classic almost cartoonish representation of like these old white dudes laughing all the way to the bank because they control the system. When you have a duopoly, when there's only two major market makers, is that really that healthy? Like, I don't know if that's like we can trust in them for the utmost responsibility, or really just for them to do what's good for the overall market instead of their bottom lines. Like, if they're playing nice with each other, we're essentially powerless. How do I know when to sell? Not AMC or Jimmy, but others. You taught us when to buy. How do you know when to let them go? I seem to never sell. Nikki, I mean, there's various ways you could do that. Like, you just have to have a defined trading plan. Are you looking for the RSI to get overextended? Are you looking for a certain percentage gain? Are you going to be in it for a certain amount of time? There's various ways to do it, and they're all, I guess, fair methodologies. You have to find the one that works best for you. Are you a day trader, a swing trader, a long-term investor? Are you waiting for a particular fundamental catalyst, such as an earnings announcement? Whatever it is, like, define your methodology and find some sort of trading pattern that works for you, and then just double down on it, triple down on it. And as long as it's profitable, just keep rocking. After AMC is over, what's to stop them from changing the rules back to things and going back to the way it was before? I don't know if you can like undo regulations that the SEC has passed, Neil. I guess that's more of like a legal question. Can you please counter the inaccuracies with evidence on Jackson's? Yeah, Ramen, for sure. I mean, I'm friends with Jackson. It's just one of those things that like you get when you come out and I guess post a video that's like kind of disproving confirmation bias, like you get a lot of heat on this side of the computer. People don't like that, even if someone puts it out. It's weird. So like, there's a very, I guess, like intricate way to go about it. But Robin, yeah, I'll do that. Can you look at the short interest and MRIN? I mean, I know it was huge yesterday. I'll throw that on the list. Denise MRIN Vortex. Morning, Matt. Personal thoughts on Citadel Securities Deputy Global Treasurer resigning just recently. Appreciate all you do. Well, he resigned and then got another position right away, didn't he? Like for some other like fund or something like that. Hey, Matt, you should try to get on a talk show like Rush Limbaugh. He was big on Jamie back in January. Has open line Friday, or just try to get audience. Yeah, I mean, I love talking about this story. I love bringing on new apes, answering questions. So I would love to do something like that. Rush Limbaugh, that would be insane. I check your lives almost daily. Solid work, brother. I'm going to send some merch and music. What size shirt should I send? King Magnetic. I usually wear a medium. And if anyone wants to do something for the unboxings, we do an unboxing every week, every other week. The PO box in the description of the video. Oh, well, now I'm being told that he's dead. So I guess it would be another one. I obviously don't follow Rush Limbaugh, so a lot of people are saying that he's dead. So that's a bummer. You built your brand on facts and honesty. If you slid up, you correct it. And being you, I do miss the excited Matt when it re-rip though. Hopefully soon. Yeah, I mean, right now it's that patience play. Like I can't just sit here. Like the excitement is on the breakout, and I think there's a lot of reason to be excited when that does happen. So we have to have patience and wait for that to happen. Check out BBBY, BBBY, BBBY. Got it. Ape man securing tendies. I've seen other YouTubers talking about 10K, 100K per share potential in the squeeze. In your opinion, I have no price targets like that. Math seems to check out. Steven, if you have math that seems to check out, I would love to see it, because then I could present it to the entire community. So Steven, if you have like some interesting, I don't know, whether it's a video or a write-up that explains the math of that situation, I would love for you to send it my way. And if it actually does check out, I'd be more than happy to share it with the community. Matt, have calls at 55, 70, 60, 100, August 20 is theta day keeping them going down. Much love. Yes, theta decay will hurt your options, whether it's a call or a put per day. Matt, I sent you a DM about a comment I made on Robinhood was caught video. A lot of apes are uneasy based on what you said. Could you address my comment DM so apes are at ease? It's harmful if not. I don't know what comment I don't know how I would track that down. I don't know your Twitter name, and I don't know like when you sent it. Unfortunately, it's hard for me to like quickly track down a DM. Just there are quite a few. Please understand if I don't respond to your DM, I'm not ignoring you. It's just like there's a lot to actually go through. So I don't. There's concern about Robinhood getting fined 70 million. Yeah, I guess I had concern about it too. My concern is that they weren't fined more. All right, we have about 1 minute. All right, ding, ding, ding. The casino is open. All right. Matt made me miss it. Looking for other plays in the community. I was going to ask you if you like Tesla. Keeping things, keep producing. Look at LAZR for a swing. Eric, Tesla. I was looking at its daily chart the other day. I mean, if it gets that push above really 700, it could have some nice legs on it. Looks like it's consolidating right now though. But when things are a bit more quiet today, we could check it out. AMC out of the gates at 56.80. GME out of the gates at 213.50. Is GameStop not updating? Or is it just not being traded? Matt, what happens when a long deep in the money calls are selling for 1 cent? Is that super? No, that wouldn't sell for 1 cent. That would be a deep out of the money call, Micah. So a very deep in the money call would be almost the value of the stock. It would be trading like right now, a super deep in the money call for AMC would be around $56. Thanks for keeping it real, Matt. Confirmation bias can be very damaging. Did you see Michael Burry's comments about meme stocks? I saw that he just said that meme stocks are a bubble, and so is crypto. I believe were his like comments, unless he made new ones. Matt, think about us. Give us all your money and stream under a bridge on a freeway. Keep only enough for Cheez-Its to Wi-Fi to sustain free labor. Matt, do we know if AMC is still on the threshold list? I believe as of yesterday it was, but let me check it out for you. New York Stock Exchange threshold securities list. I will double check. It updates at the end of the day. So for yesterday, yes, for June 30th, AMC is still on the threshold list, and it was first put onto it on Friday. So that means that it's been on it. Oops. Now my calendar application is like breaking. I don't know what's going on now. Come on, Apple. Now I need to force quit this calendar. Calendar. There we go. All right, so that means on Friday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's on it for at least 8 days now. At least 8 days. Could potentially be 9. So it looks like that day 13 that a lot of people are looking at will be around July 8th or 9th, so the end of next week. Whose money do hedge funds play with? People's 401ks? Thanks. Some of them. I mean, it depends. It's just investors. It could be a corporate investor, individuals. Like hedge funds get their investments from a lot of different sources. Some hedge funds, these like family offices, are just literally like one rich dude, and he like lets people trade his money, and then they get like a cut of the profits. Trey's keyboard. Thank you for that super emote. What is the best source to read, watch to AMC and AMC like stocks? Fundamental versus meme stock. So if you're looking for like potential I guess these ones that have community support, there's a couple websites that track what's most actively discussed on Reddit. That could be a good starting point. And then from there, you look into it and see how big the community is. You check out the short interest, you see what they're saying about it and why they're interested in it. Someone sent me a link, YOLOstocks.live, I think maybe was it. But there's a couple websites like that that are tracking the most commonly discussed stocks throughout social media. Matt, you should message the boys at Trash Taste Podcast. Getting the Happy Me community involved sounds like a good idea. Michael Burry is the king of fun. Christian Bale playing him in a movie doesn't make him a prophet. Bet you Sion has been skinny dipping in dark pool too. Found out today my neighbor also watches your streams and holds AMC. That's awesome. Right. Marcy, good morning. Good morning. All right, AMC coming back around, bounced off 56, basically 56.17, and we're already punching up to 57 right now. The current intraday high is 57 flat. Dollar at a time, calm, cool, collected, 57, 58, 59. You guys know the game plan. You know the game plan. Whoop, just got through 57. Let's see, 58. Robinhood, FTD, my market orders, what's going on? Intentional, anyone have that? Wait, what does that mean, Jason? FTD, my market orders? What does, I don't know what FTD in a market order means. I believe shorts will cover during a market correction. It would be ideal for shorts to cover during that time of uncertainty. Holding continued. But remember, if they're covering, we're going to see a spike in price. There's no way they can cover that amount of shares without greatly impacting the value of the stock. It doesn't matter if it's on a dark pool or not. That size it can't go unnoticed. AMC moving, trucking up 58. Come on, come on, come on. It's 57.68 right now. GME also moving, 213.68 in the green, green, green. AMC's almost up by $1 from yesterday's close. We're seeing some excitement. What price are we looking for the breakout pennant formation? Around the mid 59s, but then remember there's also resistance right from 60 to 62. So that region really 59 to 62 right now. Robinhood wouldn't fill them, sat in the pending section until the market closed. Jason, I don't know how that would be an FTD. It sounds like your order just didn't go through. Is that just like a tech issue with Robinhood? Hey, Matt, what's the most unique thing you have in your freezer right now? Unique thing? Ooh, that's a good question. I have some like frozen Reese's cups, which are awesome. Matt, how do I figure out how many days AMC has been on the threshold list? If I go to the 25th, that's 4 days. What am I missing? Thanks. Oh, because remember, it has to have 5 consecutive days in a row of at least 2.5 million FTDs to go on the list. So that's how many FTD days we have in a row. Because like the first day it's on it, that's actually 5 days. That's how it makes it onto the list. Someone said MRIN trading was halted, shot up too fast. Crazy. All right, let's see if we can break some patterns. It seems like AMC has been going through a pattern where it shoots up in the morning and then it doesn't do the best at holding it. So what we want is great. We've had this pattern before. We want it to base higher and then like finally get some follow through. But the volume is incredibly low. 4 million shares. So hopefully some sort of breakout will give us excitement and we'll see a lot more people trading it. But I mean, there's been days where we've traded this volume in the first like 20 seconds. So we just want to base on that breakout. I think on the breakout, we'll see a nice volume follow through. What's your favorite place in Philly to grab a beer? So I guess with I'm definitely not a Philly native. I happen to be here now, but now that the world's opening up, I've been going to places. I mean, thus far there's been like a lot of cool ones. I don't know if I have like a favorite though. I need to spend more time in Center City and explore it all. Matt, I appreciate you and everything you do. Keep us in check and down to earth. Thanks to you, I'm learning on a daily basis and fact checking everything. You rock, Roberto from London. That's awesome. Can you explain resistance to newbies, please? Yeah, this is a great question. So resistance is just a price level or a price region that the stock has been rejected by before, most likely multiple times. The more times it's rejected there, the more likely it is to be like a legitimate resistance. So it's just a price level or region that the stock has not that it has a problem breaking above, and then support is the exact opposite. It's a price level that the stock doesn't break below and it's bounced off of it multiple times. It's one of those things that there's nothing actually special about the price level. It's just it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. People see it and then they react to it. They're like, oh, it's been rejected here before, so I'm going to sell there. And then because they're selling, it ends up actually getting rejected there. Or in terms of the support, they see it bounce off of it in the past. So they're like, oh, I think it might bounce there again. So then they put a buy order, and then there's enough people doing it that it actually bounces off of that price level. So support, resistance, nothing actually special about the price levels, just a self-fulfilling prophecy. Matt, I use TD and it seems like my candles don't update until they are closed. What do you use? So TD, I think you're gonna have to like pay for, qualify for the up-to-date data. Like you need real-time data. So you would want to call TD and be like, okay, how do I get real-time data? It's probably delayed by I think 15 minutes is the delay if you don't have it, something like that. Matt, I want to apologize for half the apes for you having to answer the same question daily because people can't Google or their own DD. It's all right. Like I get that there's new people and I don't mind answering it because for me, if their first experience with the Ape Nation is just someone that's willing to answer their questions off the bat and then they like the group and they stick around with it, to me that's a win-win. Can you touch base on the 991 reverse repo that was implemented yesterday and how it affect AMC? It will. I don't think it will affect AMC. What it is, that's a huge macroeconomic thing. The Federal Reserve, they jacked up our money supply and they put a lot of money into the system in 2020, and they're trying to unwind that position to combat potential inflation. But will that affect AMC? If so, it'll just be minimally. But I mean, think about that. You're talking about $1 trillion and AMC has a market cap of 28 billion. So a trillion versus 28 billion. I mean, that's literally 2.8%, and that's just this one reverse repo. That's a huge macroeconomic thing, and I don't think it's being done because of AMC. I mean, I know it's not being done because of AMC. It's just how much money our Federal Reserve put into the system, and they're just trying to unwind it. It might have some other effects just based on if interest rates go up. That's not really the best for companies. That means money is harder to come by. So it could have something just to do with their debt and their interest rates. But I think it'll have a minimal tertiary effect on AMC and GME. I mean, you just have to think of the size of it. I mean, these reverse repos are trillions and trillions of dollars in aggregate. And AMC is worth 28 million, GME is worth around billion, 28 billion. GameStop's worth around 15 billion. It's truly a drop in the bucket. Um, bu- 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 there is a play. There's a place is Burger Spot near Second and Market called Oh Brother Philly. Hey, I actually saw that the other day. That's it's close to a photography place where I was getting this camera, and I saw that there's a burger place called Oh Brother. I loved it. You're in Philly, literally 25 minutes from us. Watkins Drinkery is a decent spot over there for a cold beer. Cheers, bud. Shout out to Dave. Please discuss Adam Aaron retracting 003. Reddit users discovered hedge funds were using bonds for unlimited short ladder attack loophole. Please cover this. I that's not the same takeaway I took from it. So maybe I need to dive in the DD more. Maybe I'm the one who's getting it wrong, which is very fair. I'm not perfect by any means, but this bond thing, I don't think the bonds did not mean unlimited shorting. That's just like there's not really such thing as unlimited shorting. I don't know mechanically how you would pull that off with bonds, but who knows? Like I'm saying, maybe I'm the one who's getting this one wrong, and I need to dive into it more. Very, very possible. Tyler White, you missed my super chat. All right, I'll try to find it. If not, feel free to tag a mod and they can get it to me. Do you think the natural selling pressure of the holiday weekend coming up is going to drop us out of the pennant been forming? Fake breakdown Friday, really break up Tuesday. It's a possibility, but I don't think it's a likelihood. I think there's just way too much support behind AMC and GME. All right, Tyler. Need to look at MRIN, 181% short interest of free float, 10 mil float. This was GME 2.0, dedicated time to this so we can bring tendies back to AMC. I very much think that AMC is GME 2.0, not MRIN. Price action morning seems to coincide with shares being available to borrow on Stonko Tracker. I think the price. Remember, Stonko Tracker only uses one data source. All right, where was Tyler's? Please show the group how they strategically missed the 5-day mark on FTD rally. Leads me to believe those were naked shorts. They strategically missed the 5-day mark on FTD. Really leads me, but they didn't miss it. It's on Tyler. They didn't miss it. They're on the threshold list. So if they try to pull that off, they didn't do it well because we've been on it now for a couple days in a row. Hey, Matt, love the show. Thanks for the knowledge. I just received a proxy vote notification on trading 212. Can you shed some light on this? Yeah, it's just those are the things you're allowed to vote on, but you can vote all the way up until July 28th. There's a series of proposals. The shareholder meeting is July 29th. My big commentary right now on the proxy vote is I have no reason to vote right now. I mean, I can vote all the way up until July 28th, and I think my personal vote will be very different depending on what AMC does now between now and July 28th. So I see no reason to rush your vote. Like if you have it, just wait. And I think a lot of people will be changing their mind on how they actually want to vote. Morning Matt, Keenan Grace posted yesterday hedge funds buying in dark pool and selling on the open market in order to keep AMC price below by up to 25%. He's saying AMC should be valued between 70 75. Is that accurate? I haven't seen that video, so I can't like fairly comment on it. But when Dave Lauer was on the show, he disagreed with that being a possibility. But I haven't seen it, so I can't fairly comment on like his like. And it's tough because like he had a whole video and you're trying to explain what he said in a very short super chat. So like I think sometimes the way of communicating it's not as easy, but I haven't seen it, so I can't fairly comment on it. Morning, Matt. Been at VA all morning. What did I miss on the Robinhood finds? What I sent you about pricing is a result of Apex. Whom is the real problem to everyone turn off share lending like we did GME? It helps. It's unlimited shorting from what I've read. They are selling bonds and buying them back, and bonds and selling it, not reported on the. It is unlimited shorting from what I've read. They are selling the bonds and buying them back, and bonds buying and selling is not reported on the stock side. Yeah, so that's not unlimited shorting though, because if you buy it back, you're undoing your initial position. So unlimited shorting would be pushing down, 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 down. If this were true with bonds, which once again, I need to look into it. If you sell down, well, when you buy back, you're undoing your initial thing. You sell bonds, and then if you buy back, you're once again to net neutral. It's not like you sell and then buy and then it stays there down, down, down. Unlimited shorting means you could push it down, 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 down. I haven't been following AMC updates at all, but what is holding us back from reaching our all-time high, and will we be able to break it? I personally think there's a good likelihood of us breaking upward from the pennant, but what's keeping us down right now is the buying pressure is not overwhelming the selling pressure. It's all supply and demand. Right now, the supply and demand equilibrium is pegging us, I guess, at 56.33 as I'm saying this, but for us to go up, the demand has to outweigh the supply at this current level, and that pushes us up. And we need enough buying pressure to overwhelm the selling pressure at these levels that we get the breakout, and then hopefully that kind of triggers a lot of people to start doing FOMO buying, and then we maybe see a gamma squeeze, maybe a short squeeze. But right now, it's basically we're in a scenario where the buyers and the sellers are equally matched, and we're not moving much. And it's, yeah, like you're not going to see big move. Like we're heading into a holiday right now. It's Canada Day. The TSX is closed. It's the holiday season. This is summer. As you trade throughout the year, you're going to notice like some seasonality effects. And right now in the summer, there's way, way less volume being traded, which commonly means less volatility and less big, gigantic moves. Now, do I think that necessarily is going to hold AMC back? Not really, because I also recognize that this is a very special Black Swan event that we've never seen before. So I don't know how much we can truly apply previous, I guess, trends and methodology, because this is new. Like, how could you judge something that we have no history on? Because this is one of the first times that this has ever happened. So in a certain way, it can almost help us, because if a lot of people aren't paying attention, and when I'm saying this, I'm referring to these big hedge funds, if they're on vacation and they're not really paying attention, if we get that breakout, they might not be prepared to battle against it, and it might rip even more because they were like kind of asleep on the job, not paying attention. But overall, just like commentary on the market at large around holidays, the summer holidays, Thanksgiving, that Christmas time period with New Year's, you don't see much movement because people are they're not trading. AMC currently at 56.20. GME currently at 212. I'm talking back in May. All right. So Tyler White, I think, what is going on with my computer? Hello? Why can I not change my screen? My computer is really, really not happy right now. What's going on? It's just like completely froze. So I can see chat, but my Weeble is 100% locked right now. All right, let me close Weeble and then reopen it because it is 100% frozen at the moment. Force quit. All right. Well, this has just like, as you can see, my computer is completely black. What is going on? Oh, no, no, no. Why is my computer getting completely screwed? Hmm. Hmm. All right. Let me see. It's interesting that I'm still actively streaming to you, but my computer is like dying over here. Like over here, everything is just completely messed up. This is so frustrating that this keeps happening. Um, yeah, I'm on activity monitor right now. Da, da, da. Holy crap. I mean, my computer is just blocked over here. Hang on. I'm just gonna start closing out of things and see if that helps anything. Wow, this is crazy. Um, hmm, hmm. All right, folks. Crap, crap. All right, here's what's gonna happen. Unfortunately, we're an hour in. I'm gonna end this stream and see if I can fix it because like my computer's just like I literally cannot do anything. So I think I need to restart it. So be on the lookout in the next like 5 or 10 minutes for me to restart it. And if I can't restart it, I'll tweet out that I'm just down. But this is getting insane. Shit. Okay. Hang on. Let me try some stuff. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. What I'm gonna do is I have to end this stream and see what's going on with my computer. If I can't get it restarted, I'll tweet out, but I'm gonna try to get this up and running within like 5 minutes.